Welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. The Dual Triangle event has come and gone. And for some reason it's showing that I'm in the Fire and Wind event, even though I was playing Light and Earth, as you can imagine, based on the fact that this is a Blue Eyes by Dragon video. But this deck quickly changed from using Primera, the 3 Lordly Loads, and the 1 Drill Beam I had. This is what the deck eventually became, which makes sense. We get rid of the 1 Primera, the 1 Wake Up, and the 1 Phalanx, and it becomes this. You just replace those 3 with barrels. Truthfully, this event, playing in it, I don't know why this one says Dark and Water. I guess it's based on my opponent was playing, so I guess you'll get to know now that I played against a Fire and Wind and a Dark and Water. But there was a Dual Triangle event in which you could play a Light and Earth deck, obviously promoting Blue Eyes and Primite. There was a Dark and Water, which was for, honestly, I don't know. I genuinely don't know what the thought was there, what they wanted people to play. I guess it was Sharks, but like, really? Dark and Water? Okay, whatever. And then Fire and Wind, which is just Snake Eyes. It was just Snake Eyes. They gave the best decks Fuelos for some reason, which made no sense to me. Maxi was actually banned during this event, funnily enough, so clearly they have an idea that the card shouldn't be in the game if they can choose to ban it even in the Earth version of this event, but sure. Who cares? Truthfully, I just want to say, I don't like Ether Beryl. I actually hate opening the card. Ether Beryl is the worst normal summon in this game. Or in this deck, I mean. I would 100 times out of 10 rather normal summon Neo Kaiser Seahorse than Ether Beryl. I drastically prefer Lordly Load to Ether Beryl, because Ether Beryl sets Lordly Load activates, adds Drill Beam. And yes, it's a 1-card combo into Seals off of either Lordly Load or Ether Beryl, both of which also giving you a Drill Beam, so Seals return, summons a Blue Eyes, then Drill Beam's alive now. Don't care. It doesn't feel good. I don't like using them. They're not interesting or fun. The Lordly Load and Drill Beam is very fun. I actually really enjoy using those two. But Ether Beryl? No. I don't know about that. So I'm probably going to pick up a Drill Beam right now in the TCG while it's still cheap, and then when Lordly Load gets reprinted in a month or so, I'm probably going to grab 3 copies of that, so that way I can play it on my Blue Eyes deck, because Lordly Load, a damn good card, and Searching a Drill Beam, also damn good. I'll probably play a 1 Ether Beryl just because it is a normal summon. So it's actually reversing the ratios. People play 3 Ether Beryl and 1 Kaiser, I'll play 3 Kaiser and 1 Ether Beryl. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I get why people play it at multiple, but it's such a shit feeling card to open. I hate it. I genuinely hate opening the card. Okay, let's go into replays now. Oh boy, I just had this massive deja vu moment, and it's exactly this from a dream, including Maiden of White, and this is from like 2 years ago before Maiden of White came out. I believe that dreams are the future. No, that's completely batshit insane. So this is actually a really crazy draw to open Maiden in White here, because during this event, Maiden in White and Wishes for Eyes of Blue were at 1. This was in order to stop Blue Eyes from being just the objective best deck in this event, because I mean I think it still was, truthfully. Primate Blue Eyes was still just the objective best deck in this event, but not having 3 Wishes and not having 3 Maidens meant if you can hand trap the Maiden or hand trap the Wishes, anything like that, you're in a really good spot because they can't reset those or get those searches again. But it don't matter because I opened 2 fantastic starters, so we are going to start with my opponent going first. They're going to normal summon Airlifter effect to add from deck to hand emergency. We never hand trap the normal summon rescues because if they open emergency, then they just win regardless. Emergency specials and tributes. Hydrant effect, we're going to activate the Veiler, not the Imperm, because I'm fucking stupid, I guess. Sure, whatever. Hand traps it regardless. They could have a Talents in hand to yoink away, but okay. Special summons Birch, then they activate the field spells who placed a Poplar. Effect in hand a Preventer, banishing the Airlifter. Then they're going to link summon into a Promethean Princess. Now, Promethean Princess effect is going to be changed. My apologies. Nope. Airlifter, Preventer, because we're sent to the graveyard, can target a banished level 8, non-level 8 rescue ace and special summon it, which is going to special summon back out the Airlifter. Then, because there's another card on field, I don't hand trap the Promethean Princess here, but Promethean Princess effect, targeting to revive the Birch, links the 2 off into an Ambler Whale, and they're going to activate Talents to look at my hand. See? If I had just activated the friggin' Imperm, the Talents wouldn't be live right now. But they're going to yoink my Maiden in White and send it away, which is pretty darn unfortunate. Okay, so they have odd normal summon. They can special the Poplar, which adds Wake Up, and Cherion's completely useless here, but whatever. Summons, Ash is going to add, Birch is going to send itself, and the Poplar away to special summon a Snake Eyes from deck. That is going to special summon into Flambert. Flambert activate, doing nothing. Popular is going to add Regeneration Whisper Snake Eye. And then Popular will place the Hydrant back into the back row, which Flambridge can quick effect summon. We're going to link into a Spirit with Eyes of Blue, going chain 1 Spirit, chain 2 Neo Kaiser Seahorse to send a card. Obviously, their only 2 interactions are Flambridge and Promethean Princess and Graveyard to pop, so we're pretty much fine. Flambridge is going to use the effect to summon out the Hydrant. I don't know why he did this. I guess he just wanted it out of the field for some reason, but okay. Adding Mausoleum and sending Maiden. Activate Mausoleum, effect a Spirit Chipping for cost to summon a Blue Eyes from hand or graveyard. We're going to special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon from my hand. Maiden will activate to summon herself. Chainlink 2 Promethean Princess. I guess he's stupid. If he went Chainlink 2 Promethean Princess on the Maiden here, I'd probably just lose, but okay. Sure enough. Sure! Promethean Princess summons, and then my Maiden will summon itself. Effective Mausoleum targeting Maiden. Maiden Chainlink 2 because she was targeted can special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon or level 1 Light Tuner from my graveyard. Maiden will special summon back out the Blue Eyes White Dragon. I don't know, I'm doing Jack Atlas voice, but sure. Mausoleum then sets on the Blue Eyes. Effective Maiden setting herself for cost to place True Light. Activate the effect of True Light to set Wishes from my deck. Activate the effect of Wishes, discarding the Wake Up Centurion to add 2, adding Majesty of the White Dragons and adding Sage with Eyes of Blue. Effect in the graveyard. Actually, normal summon first. Normal summon effect to add effect Valor. Effect in graveyard of Wishes for Eyes of Blue, banishing to equip a card to my Blue Eyes White Dragon. We're going to equip Neo Ultimate Blue Eyes. Effective Wake Up to send 1 from graveyard, sending Phalanx. Then we will tribute and summon out Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. Battle phase with the clear attack over the Hydrant. At the end of the damage step effect, will reset 1 trap in the graveyard, setting the Phalanx. Phalanx can target 1 face-up monster card on the field and banish it, and if you do during the standby phase of the next turn, special summon that banished monster to its own field. Fantastic card into Rescue Ace. A ridiculously good card into Rescue Ace, actually. This gets rid of so much shit. It does give them the banish, special summon, bring back, so it's not actually it's not actually like a really, really bad card for them. But this is just such a good card because all of their cards are ignition effects and not in response, but it didn't matter because we're ending on so much anyways. We'll attack over the Promethean Princess, and then the effective Amble will activate, targeting to pop 1 card on my field because the link 3 or higher monster was destroyed. A link 3 or lower. True Light mandatory effect when it leaves the field and sent to the graveyard, destroys all monsters I control. Tyrant Dragon, however, is unaffected by trap effects, meaning he cannot be destroyed by my own True Light. Effective Flambridge, because it was sent from the hand into the grave, to special 2 level 1 fire monsters from the graveyard. He'll special summon out a Poplar and special summon out a Hydrant. Tyrant Dragon can attack all monsters my opponent controls once each, so we'll attack over each of those. Main phase 2, we will set our Imperm and set our Majesty and pass turn with a banish a card on the field, a Majesty to pop 2, Imperm to negate 1, and an effect Village to negate 1, as well as full follow-up on the next turn, because I'm lying, I don't have follow-up on the next turn, I'm just going to reset the Majesty again. Ash is going to get summoned by stuff with OSS, we'll activate the Imperm on the Ash Blossom, and that should be game from there. There isn't much he can do aside from have it be a Bellstar, but oh wait, he's locked into Fire and Wind, so he can't play the Bellstar here. So it should just be over. He normal summons Ash Blossom. What's in my graveyard? Let's see if there's a fire monster in my graveyard. There isn't, but just to stop anything else from happening, we are going to pop both, because he very well could go into Hita, Crash, get nothing? I mean, I guess he could get Preventer. But he knows we have Phalanx, so we'll just banish it. He could just summon the Hita, then Hita because the monster was destroyed. Gets to add, but then also Tyrant would activate, allow me to set yet another trap, so I'd set up a Majesty for the next turn again. There really wasn't a way for him to win the game from this position, especially not with the effect that I had on my hand and with the Phalanx on my field, but even if it was just one of those, he lost the game regardless. Going into game 2, I've decided to go first, and what a hand I opened. Sage plus Drill Beam, ooh! Hate opening Mausoleum, happens so often, but Sage plus Drill Beam means that we are completely insulated because I opened that Blue Eyes! Normal summon Sage, declare effect to add, that gets hit with an Imperm, we're going to activate the Primite Drill Beam, negating this because otherwise we don't end on anything at all, actually. Yeah, it would have been pretty bad, so we need to negate the Drill Beam here, or we need to negate the Imperm here. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean we lose the Drill Beam, that's 1 card out of their hand though, so I think it's fine getting a 1-for-1 trade. Add Maiden to hand, and nothing on resolution, which means Maiden is clear to send itself for cost to place the True Light. True Light effect will activate to set a card, setting our Wishes for Eyes of Blue. We will then link our Sage into a Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Spirit cannot add the Mausoleum as it's in our hand. We'll activate the effect of Wishes, discarding for cost. They're going to hit that with an Ash Blossom, and we opened the other out, what you had being a Cult by the Grave. Oh yeah, you don't have anything. And with that Ash Blossom is gone, meaning that we are now cleared to end on a Seals and a Spirit Dragon, unless they have a Nibiru. But they're playing an Ash Blossom, which means they're playing the Fire and Wind deck. We will add Majesty and Sage with Eyes of Blue. We will then activate the effect of Spirit with Eyes of Blue, sending for cost, or tributing for cost, to special summon out the Blue Eyes White Dragon from our graveyard, or a Blue Eyes monster from hand or graveyard, but specifically the Blue Eyes. Maiden will then hit the field because a Blue Eyes was summoned, activate the effect of Mausoleum in White, effective Wish is banishing for cost from the graveyard, to equip a card to my Blue Eyes. Normal summon, or Sage with Eyes of Blue, because Mausoleum gives us an extra one, adding Effect Failure to my hand. We will then Synchro 9 using these two into Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, but instead of ending on Spirit and Seals, we'll then target the Maiden with Mausoleum of White to send a Blue Eyes or a normal monster from hand or deck to graveyard, and then she'll gain attack. Because this card was targeted for an effect, Maiden will then allow me to non-target special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from my graveyard, which they meet with an Imperm. What a good Imperm this was, truthfully. Although regardless, I think you saw me discard a Blue Eyes. You probably should have Impermed the Spirit, especially because you saw me add cards from the wishes, but, you know, your choice, I suppose. That would have stopped me from getting the Maiden back on the field. Although I suppose you could have thought that I might have a Roar in hand. It's all good regardless. We are left with a Pop 2, a Negate, a Graveyard Negate, and a On-Field Negate. Send Spinny. Spinny's going to get negated by our Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. Then in a new chain, I believe we tag out using my Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon to summon onto Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Blue Eyes Dragon. They're going to declare an attack on my Maiden. We'll use the effect of Maiden to revive a Blue Eyes White Dragon from my graveyard. They'll attack over it. Perfectly fine with me. Main phase 2, they're going to link off into a Balinx and go from there. Balinx can't do anything on its own because we have the effect failure to stop Salamangreat Sanctuary. Although truthfully, I don't know if anything would really happen here, unless he had another Gazelle in hand, but I don't even know what the restrictions were on this deck during this event, so we're just going to Veiler it, go from there. True Light end phase, we'll special summon Blue Eyes into the graveyard, specialing it out, and then because a Blue Eyes was summoned, Maiden can hit the field. Wow! Sure, then we get to draw for turn. And we drew Primate Lordly Load, which was funny as fuck. Local battle phase, declare attack over the Balinx for 2,000, attack with Blue Eyes for 3,000, and Blue Eyes White Dragon, White Lightning! For a game. I like doing exact numbers in Yu-Gi-Oh! It really is one of the most satisfying things when you can sit on a board that's exactly game. Feels great. My opponent has selected to go first, but we have opened a pretty okay going first or going second hand. We have multiple lines of play here, as well as a searcher for our wishes, a jet, whatever. It's not a bad situation to be in. Our opponent's going to normal summon Marinta Seahorse, so you're playing Water and Darks. That means that you have access to the Bystials, but because you're playing Marinta, it's almost entirely unlikely. Well, I wouldn't even say unlikely. I'd say it's effectively impossible that a Marinta deck is playing the Bystials, as I believe you get locked into Waters and Marinta for the whole turn. So Seahorse is going to summon into Blue Slug, then Blue Slug activates a Chain Link 1, and Seahorse can then get added back to hand, which, I mean, sure, an Imperm would be good on, but, you know, there's a lot of negates that you could hit, or there's a lot of like extension in Marintes. I don't like this deck at all. Sea Angel's going to add a spell, which is going to add Marintes Dive, allowing him to special summon Marintes from the graveyard. I think I forgot that they had that, but Ran Agreen is going to discard a card to special itself and a token. Then they can Synchro 10 into a Ice Shade Jimur Agreen, which is a protection from destruction and banish effects. They're going to link 2 into Coral Anemone, and this is the one that I think is just probably the most vulnerable target, but they added Wave before, which I forgot, and so that means that they can special summon it back out. But they are going to then use Shimmer Agreen to banish my Imperm, which is good, because this means Tyrant cannot reset an Imperm. Still, the Coral Anemone is negated, but they added Wave to hand, or Dive to hand, which means Dive can special summon back out the Marinta's monster, which I think might have actually just been objectively better for them, because now Spring Girl, which they discarded for the Ran Agreen, now goes into Coral Triangle, which triggers off the Coral Anemone and the Spring Girl, which, yep, that gets to add cards and inflict damage. Shit. But sure, or send card and then they can inflict damage. They get to add the Spring Girl back to the hand, which is a follow-up for next turn. Effect can send a water monster from hand to grave to add Administrator's Trap, which is Marinta's Wave, which is a target negate, which should be fine. Activate Prohibition, declaring Primate Dragon Ether Beryl. Fantastic thing to declare based on what we draw here. Just kidding, we didn't draw Ether Beryl. Instead, we drew Bingo Machine Go, which is fine. It's a discard. Bingo Machine is going to reveal 3 cards from the deck, being Majesty, being Jet, and being Wishes for Eyes of Blue, which, okay, Hitler, calm down. Add Wishes to hand, because of course I just hit that. What do you mean? My opponent, I'm obviously going to get Wishes here. Duh, I don't want Jet or Majesty. Of course I want Wishes, obviously. Activating Wishes, discarding other Bingo Machine to add Majesty back to hand, as well as a Maiden of White. Then we can go and activate Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons, which is going to get met with a Dominus Impulse. Fucking hate the Dominus cards. Oh my god, they both should say Light and Dark. I don't know why they don't. Actually, all of them should just say Light or Dark. I don't know why the new one that just is a straight-up monster negate doesn't. But Effective Maiden, discarding or sending for cost to place a True Light is going to be met with Jimmer Agreen, which... Are you okay? Why the fuck did you do that? Oh, it stops you from getting Maiden back. Okay? You could have just hit True Light. And then I just lose. Because I lose so much interaction. Sure. Neo-Kaiser Seahorse is going to get normal summoned, linking into Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Spirit is going to activate its effect to add, and Neo-Kaiser Seahorse is going to be chain linked too. That's going to be met with a Marincess Wave, which is perfectly fine. Seahorse is going to send from deck to graveyard either a Blue Eyes White Dragon or a Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, probably a Blue Eyes Jet Dragon or Blue Eyes White Dragon, yeah, because then I can summon out a Jet. Jet can then return a card, go from there. True Light will activate its effect to summon a Blue Eyes from the hand to graveyard, summoning out Blue Eyes White Dragon. Effective Wish is banish for cost to target and equip a card. We're going to send these two off to summon out Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. And like I said, because they banished the Imperm before when I activated the effect, my Tyrant isn't resetting that. So that was a very, very good thing to banish in that situation. Sage is going to send itself for cost, targeting to send my Blue Eyes Spirit to summon out a Blue Eyes monster from deck, summoning Jet. Jet will declare an attack into the Jimmer Agreen, attempting to return the Coral Triangle to their hand. I don't recall what it was, but something made this unaffected. I believe yes, it was Marincess Wave. All linked to or higher Marincess monsters, all face-up monsters you control. All face-up monsters he controls are currently unaffected by opponent's card effects until the end of this turn. What the fuck is this card, by the way? And then you can activate that from the hand. But yeah, that's pretty fucking good, actually. So we can't return this to the hand, but Jet does get destroy that. So a card was destroyed. Jet will then hit the field. That's chain link 1. No tap to reset, so Tyrant can't do that. And then we do another 3,000 damage. I mean, it ended up being perfectly alright. Main phase 2, we can summon into a Seals and pass, but I don't think Marincess really has a way to out-Tyrant other than making the big Link monster. And if they're getting into that big Link monster, I don't really know if I have anything to worry about here, truthfully. It's like Majesty just pops the field spell, or Jet return field spell to hand. It doesn't feel like a very scary situation. Except Coral Triangle can special summon multiple Link monsters back from the grave, which is going to special back out Coral Anemone and Blue Slug. Coral Anemone can then revive the Spring Girl, link the two off into a Marbled Rock. Marbled Rock effect can then activate targeting a card, but he won't. He'll use that to add Marincess Wave back to hand, and because it controls a link to a higher Marincess, he can then target a face-up monster I control and negate its effects. And that also makes all monsters he controls unaffected by card effects. So shit! Okay, we're gonna link summon Sea Angel once again, adding a spell and trap as chain link 1, and Blue Slug as chain link 2 to then send a card on top of the deck. Ooh, send 2 cards on top of the deck, and then for each Marincess card sent, I get to take some damage, being 400. Trick! Oh, I love her, Aqua Angel, my dick stars. They're gonna link summon into a Zealantis. Ooh, I need to respond right fucking now. They don't control Marincess Link monsters, so they can't activate it right now. We're gonna activate Majesty with Eyes of White to pop the Zealantis. I believe there's only one Blue Eyes. I don't think there was another one. Yeah, only one. So we cannot hit the Prohibition as well. Why do we hit the Zealantis here? The guards will just come back and it'll still reset the trap card. Well, you might not know this. This card was not fusion summoned. It was special summoned, meaning that Zealantis cannot bring this back. So I will lose my Tyrant permanently. And that's not good. We need this card on field. It is a very threatening body. So we have to activate the Majesty right now to pop the Zealantis before it can activate its effect. They can activate Battle Ocean, then they can activate Dive to summon any non-link Marincess from the deck or the graveyard. Summoning Blue Tang can send a card, then Trickstar Aqua Angel can summon itself. Aqua Angel is then going to get linked off into, I believe, a Blue Slug. Yeah, Blue Slug then can special summon one, but yeah, it's a bit rough. Aqua Angel, if I had a card in my hand or a set card on the field, could then reveal those cards. That's pretty damn good. Mandarin can activate its effect to special summon because it controls a Link monster. Linking into Coral Anemone. Coral Anemone has used its effect, but they're going to link 4 into a Trickstar Argonaut. Then because 4 or higher, or 3 or higher was summoned, they can use the field spell to equip, and then chain link to Blue Tang to excavate the top 3 cards and add a Marincess card. Those are good. Those are pretty good. Blue Tang back to hand for follow-up. Pretty damn good. And now Aqua Argonaut gets equipped with 3 cards, making it 4,300 attack, which is damn difficult for my deck to hit over. Or so you think. But Aqua Argonaut will activate the effect of Pop 2, will change the effect of True Light to allow me to summon a card, and they got another Impulse return, which means that we are in a rough spot. Impulse is going to negate the True Light, and I don't believe destroy. There's no trap engraved. Aqua Argonaut's going to return the True Light to my hand. Okay, sure. We'll attack over the Tyrant. Perfectly fine. Tyrant and a damage step will reset the Majesty, which is exactly what we needed. And we will end our turn there. Or sorry, they'll end their turn there. We'll draw for turn and draw a pretty good card being Effect Veiler. Actually fantastic. We'll go Battle Phase, declare an attack. My opponent's going to go Marincess Wave. The question is, why would you do that? Why would you Marincess Wave my Blue Eyes Jet Dragon when you knew that I had a Neo Ultimate Blue Eyes Dragon in my graveyard? Which says, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a Blue Eyes monster you control, banish this card from your graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. We get to negate the Marincess Wave. What would this have actually done? Well, it would negate my Jet. Why are you negating Jet? You're just gonna crash it and die. Its stats are higher. When Jet Dragon declare, or when Jet Dragon is involved in battle, at the start of the damage step, I can target one face-up card my opponent controls and return it to the hand. We would then return the field spell, because my opponent is gaining attack for each Marincess card equipped to it, meaning that he's gaining 1800 attack here. So if we get rid of the field spell, it goes back down to 2500. So sure, we will banish to negate and destroy the Marincess Wave. That will allow us to, at the start of the damage step, return the field spell, 2300, not 25. Destroy you effects are going to activate, which is a bit unfortunate, but I guess it's okay. Our grind game is a little bit better. They have not that many cards left in the extra deck, being 4 in the extra deck right now. So there's probably not much they can do from here, because they've also already gone through Zealantis, and they've gone through multiple Coral Anemones, multiple Blue Slugs. We're going to link this, the effect trailer off into Spirit with the Eyes of Blue. Spirit with the Eyes of Blue effect is going to activate to add Mausoleum of White from deck to hand. Activate the effect of Mausoleum of White. Effective Mausoleum, sending a Blue Eyes from deck to graveyard. Then we're going to link the 2 off into a Heavenly Seal and set our True Light, meaning that we have a Majesty with the pop 2. A return one to hand, Jet Dragon will summon. A True Light can then summon us out Blue Eyes, and it's really not all that much, but it should be enough for now. Normal summon effect is special Marincess from the hand. Effect to send a Marincess monster from deck to graveyard. Battle phase, we're going to declare Majesty to pop 2, revealing both my Blue Eyes, destroying both cards. Because a card on field is destroyed, Jet Dragon will activate its effect to summon itself from the hand or the graveyard as long as there's a Blue Eyes. Sure, hits the field, which means our seals is now protected from any destruction effects, but doesn't matter. Battle Ocean gets activated, and Dive gets activated to summon one. They'll go end phase, effective seal will activate, tributing for cost to return the Seahorse to the hand. Effective seal, because it was tributed, mandatory summon a dragon from deck, summoning Seahorse. Effect of True Light to summon out a Blue Eyes White Dragon from my graveyard. Now we can end the turn and go to ours. Could very well have something here. So we're going to activate Roar, the Blue Eyes Dragons, to fuse using 2 dragon monsters at control, including a Blue Eyes White Dragon, summoning our second Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. Effect in the battle phase of True Light to summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon. And once again, it is time for the Blue Eyes White Dragon to use White Lightning attack. Or is it Burst Stream of Destruction? I can never remember. Truly, what's the difference? They're the same thing if you ask me. But that was a very fun event. I actually genuinely believe Master Duel should always have at least one event going at every moment in time. There's no reason there isn't. Oh, we don't want to give out more gems. Motherfucker, you don't lose money by giving the players the opportunity to play your game more. What are you talking about, stupid? Like I said, this event actually did give me the clarity that I hate playing Ether Beryl. I genuinely dislike it. I think it's a very good card, but it feels so dissatisfying in Blue Eyes. 99 times out of 100, I'd rather open Kaiser or Sage. And having an extra normal summon's fine, but I also just play Bingo Machine to get me wishes. Like, I don't need that. And then, yeah, that's worse than the Droll. And, like, there's a lot of obvious downsides to that, but Yu-Gi-Oh comes down to preference. Play the cards you like in the way that you like them. That's the point of playing a game. You're meant to do things the way that you like, not in the best way possible. Doing things in the best way possible actively deters you from wanting to play the game in the future. Because you're not having as much fun, because you're just trying to win the whole time. You're not trying to actually just play the game to do stupid shit, which is a really fun way to play things. Obviously, I can only speak from my own experience. Maybe you do have a lot of fun constantly trying to make the best thing ever, but like, is that sustainable? Eventually, you're going to be like, I want to do something else. I don't really care to try and reach the top rank this time. You just want to play the game. And that's what it comes down to. Just play the game in whatever way you have fun. But thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all had a wonderful day. And if you haven't had a wonderful day, there's always the rest of your day. There's always tomorrow, the day after that, so on and so forth. Things do not get better unless you let them. So give yourself time and things will improve. I promise. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Bye-bye. Also, actually, before this video even gets uploaded, this is probably the most recent video that I'm recording that will be uploaded. This should be uploaded like next Wednesday or something based on when I'm recording this. So that's weird. Every other video I've recorded in the past 2 months has gone up like 2.5 months after. So, ooh, we're getting there. I'm trying to work things out. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.